Hey guys, Doyle again. Welcome back to another episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Unboxing. We are back. It has been a long time, and I am very happy to say that we are back for a fantastic reason, because today we have something super special. We have a full case of the newest Yu-Gi-Oh! Core booster set, the Infinite Forbidden. This is a hugely, phenomenally impactful set that is going to completely obliterate the metagame. We are very likely going to be playing Tier 0 format for at least the next month. We did actually get a formal announcement that the next ban list is coming out in August, probably before the end of August. So all your big regionals and World Championship Series and YCSs and everything between now and then is pretty much locked in with everything we're gonna see here today. So I don't want to waste any more time. This is gonna be a massively impactful and hugely exciting set, and I'm super excited to see what we're gonna pull today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on in to the Infinite Forbidden. And as always with the case, we're going to be setting aside just a couple of boxes to open on the side with a friend. And with that, we've got 10 boxes we're going to go into right away for the videos here. And afterwards, we're going to take a look at the master set. As always, take a look at what we got, talk about our polls, talk about what our next steps are, and take it away from there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with our first boxes of the Infinite Forbidden. And before I do, I want to have a huge shout out. We got a hold of a brand new mat. This, of course, is in line with Konami official product tournament policy. This is one of the promotional Vanquish Soul mats from the OCG. I love this mat. I absolutely adore it. It's got great deep color, shows off the entire Vanquish Soul archetype. Just a really fun and dynamic mat and product, and just a hugely awesome thing to get a hold of for that archetype. So really excited to be sharing our review with you on this today. So let's stop messing around and go ahead and jump into our first box of the Infinite Forbidden. Let's do it. So this set, I do have to speak a moment on the cover card, because of course the reason it's called the Infinite Forbidden is because it is Exodia. I know there's a lot of people even who don't play Yu-Gi-Oh! Today who are very familiar with Exodia. There is an Exodia retrain archetype in this. It's not super great, but it's hilarious. So we'll see if we see some of those cards today. But as always, we're starting with 12 packs on the right side. Let's go ahead and jump into the Infinite Forbidden, starting with pack number 1. We have Fiendsmith Lacrima, Service Puppet Play, Dessert, Sequence, Beware the White Forest as our super rare, Dark and Evaporation Dragon, Broomy, Dragon's Light and Darkness, and Light and Sublimation Dragon. So very interesting right away. First pack, 3 relevant cards competitively. I believe you do play one of Beware of the White Forest, and the some of the extra deck stuff for Fiendsmith's actually in the common rarity, which is hilarious. I'm sure these are going to get reprinted and you know, sent to the moon in terms of rarities. But the Fiendsmith, we're hoping to see a whole lot of Fiendsmith today. So let's keep on trucking into pack number 2. We have a lot to open. Aerial Eater, the League of Uniform Nomenclature Strikes, Gimmick Puppet, oh man, a Rouge Doll, Bet and Bat, and Silhouette Rabbit as our first secret rare. So this card is actually quite good. We'll just quickly go through the rest of the pack. Sylvie, 3-in-1, Sangan Kaiho, and Blazing Bombardment Beast. So Silhouette Rabbit, really interesting card. Lets you convert basically any 2 monsters, if you've been hand trapped or interrupted, into a search for a back row spell that I believe the one people are using right now is called Azure Rune. Anyway, it's basically a solemn strike style effect, where if your opponent would special summon, it tributes itself, negates, and destroys, and it's a trap activating that effect. So it's honestly quite powerful, and it's a very good backup play for a lot of competitive decks, so super happy to see that one. Jumping ahead, pack number 3, Ragnarika Selene Snapper, Maiden of the Millennium Moon, Golem that guards the Millennium Treasures, Meteora Drytron, and Mimighoul Archfiend, the new archetype, the new world premiere Mimighoul archetype showing up here. We've got Volmina, Valmonica, Vesper Gearsu, another card, and that's 10 as well. Wow. Okay, there's a lot of things I have my eye on here in the common slot. Really excited to be seeing some of this. Vesper Gearsu, for those of you who don't know, it's the new going second board, not board breaker, but board interrupter style card that's kind of making waves. It basically says, oh, you went ahead of me and you filled your board with monsters. Well, guess what? I'm gonna make you do the trolley problem, and you have to pick the options yourself and figure out what's best for you, because the options are pretty brutal. Half your life points, you gain 2,000 life points. Banish all cards in your hand face up till the end phase, and your opponent can't activate monster effects this turn. So if they overcommit to a big board, you can really punish them with this. So very cool card. That's 10. I just love this card. The lore behind this card is apparently it's based off of getting duplicate numbers, or as they called them, dubs and things, and trips and things like that, back in old 4chan forums. So just really funny that they referenced that with this card. But it's actually a pretty good card. It lets you search, I believe, just about any, set from your deck one continuous trap with an effect that special summons itself as a monster. So anything at all from those if you activate 10 effects. So it's pretty cool. And the Mimighouls, world premiere archetype. Love the art on these guys. Very cool. They're chests full of mimics that you give to your opponent as flip monsters, and if they flip them, it gives them a nasty surprise. And Archfiend is the best one by far. It makes your opponent lose a card and makes you draw a card. It's very good, and you can even trigger an Archfiend with an Archfiend, because you set it to your opponent's field as a special summon. You normal summon your own Archfiend, you can flip it face up. So really cool stuff. It's got to be so much stuff to set aside here because there's so much good stuff here. Let's go ahead and jump on into the next pack. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to keep track of the packs today or what we're opening for commons. There's just so much to go through. Lord of the Missing Barrows. I've never heard of this card before. Special summon this card from my hand by banishing 3 cards from your graveyard. 1 monster, 1 spell, and 1 trap. If this card is special summoned from your hand, you can banish 1 monster and 2 spell traps from your opponent's field and or graveyard. Wait, that's actually just a really good card. Huh. That's quite a removal. Does this target? This doesn't target. That's very good. Wow. Okay. Drytron new 2, Trap Gatherer, Night Armed Dragon, and Moon of the Closed Heaven. Absolutely another one of the big cards we wanted to see today, and it's only in common rarity, which is super great because it's a mandatory play for any Fiendsmith piles. So we're already looking pretty good for some of that stuff. Let's keep jumping on ahead. I think we're on to pack number 5, pack number 6. Not sure. Oh, Memento Lin Sleepy. This is another one I'm very excited for because I love Memento. I think it's a really cool deck, and I'm going to be playing it. We got Woes of the White Forest, DPH Gendamore, Rushia, and Dark Magician, the Magician of Black Magic for your ultra rare, starting things off. Zapper Shrimp, really funny, bad card. Necrocrypt Princess, not as funny, very awesome card. This is unreal. This basically turns any one Fiend monster into full Fiendsmith combo. I can't believe they printed that. That one's probably gonna get banned if I'm being honest. Yeah. It's funny. It seems like so much of the archetype is available in common, and it's just super easy to access, and then it isn't. We have Gimmick Puppet, Cattle Scream, Emblem of Salvation, Fiend Reflection, Fiendsmith Sank, and Tempai Dragon Genroku Quarter Century Secret Rare. This is actually the new Tempai Poplar card. That actually looks really nice. Wow. Check that out. That's quite a surprise. I mean, Tempai is probably the 3rd best deck in the format right now, so that's yeah, I mean, we'll never say no to that. Let's just go ahead and quickly grab a sleeve for that one. We'll get that one covered up. So a very nice pull with that one. Really happy to see that. That looks fantastic. That's absolutely one for the, well, I mean, if we don't get 3 of these, that's one for the keepers. But if not, that's a great trade. I'm not a super big fan of the Tempai playstyle, and I mean, this is a fantastic card for it, and it looks awesome. So that's a great pull. Absolutely no complaints here. That's a good start for what will hopefully be many quarter-century secret rares. Hopefully that's not the end of the surprises we see here today. But let's keep on moving. Golem, Service Puppet, Ragnarika, Woes, Fiendsmith, Desiree. That's one of the final pieces of the Fiendsmith puzzle that we're looking for here. I really can't believe that they did just make pretty much everything either super rares or commons for the extra deck. Other than, I think, the Link 1, and then for the main deck, they just made, oh, and there's Sequence as well. I think we already had that, but just in case we didn't. The Karima, Kuibiko. This one's kind of funny. It's like a card that negates opponent's targeting effects, which is pretty, it's not super great, but I mean, it has application, so we will take it. It's another thing to add to your trap monster archetypes. On to the next pack. Matter Forwarder, Gendamore, Depressed Part, Desert, Mimigul Cerberus, the next one of the Mimiguls. Very happy to see that. I think you probably play one of each, well, you play 3 of each of these. Hopefully they'll release some more, because I think it's the first one. Archfiend is the best. Cerberus is okay. Like it just randomly banishes cards from your opponent's deck, and then you get one of their monsters, and sometimes that can be really funny that this set buffs Gimmick Puppets to the point of competitive playability, because you could theoretically Gimmick Puppet lock yourself with this by just getting one on your side of the field. So I don't know if you're playing 3 of this, but it's still having a name that you can reference for the other card effects is good. On to the next one here. Meteor Drytron, Rougedoll, Cattle Scream, Rusia, and Varar, Valmonican Concord. This is the new boss monster, one of the extra deck boss monsters, because there's quite a few actually for Valmonica, and this one's quite good. It lets you negate special summons and destroy monsters, so very, very strong, and we actually have pretty much all of those cards, so that's a great one to have on hand here. On to the next pack. We're actually on to pack 11. We made it all the way through the stack here. Aerial Eater, Fiend Reflection, Emblema, Paralyzed Mushroom, and Light and Darkness Dragon Lord for our final ultra rare from the right side. Absolutely beautiful looking retrain. Oh, another Valmonica card as well. Love the Light and Darkness Dragon. Think it's such a cool card, and the fact that it even still partially stands up in modern day is really funny. So it's nice to see the retrain there. Last pack, any surprises here? Dipsy Fiend, another Sleepy, and the Mementotlin Tekatalika Creation King. And yes, I did say that card name right. I looked it up. I love mementos. I think they're incredibly cool. I love the way they play. I love that they reference old bad cards that everyone forgot about and thought were terrible. I love that they took that and made a whole archetype around them, and this card's insane. This card literally reads Foolish Burial 3 on summon, and it's got like a quick effect pop, and it's got this card does too much. This card is crazy. So really happy to see that. I'm absolutely gonna be messing around with Memento for this format. But very good start. Really happy to see Silhouette Rabbit. We got the quarter century Genroku. What an awesome surprise to kick things off with. Let's go ahead and jump on over to the left side. Over to 12 packs on the left side. Let's go ahead and jump in, and we've got so much to do here today. We're gonna try to blaze through these here. So we got Spellcard Monster Reborn for our super rare. Very funny that they've retrained the old Monster Reborn and the old, I think Soul Release or Soul Exchange as well, in reference to their original TV show effects, which were a fair bit more broken than I think how they're supposed to work. So really, really funny they did that. On to pack number 2. What a secret to get. Very excited for this one. Mulcharmy Perulia. And this card looks adorable. It's gonna terrorize the game for the next little bit. So for those of you who don't know, this is the first retrain to Max C, which is a card that should have never been printed. It's currently still legal in Japan, although and the OCG, although it's not legal in North America or Europe. That card reads, every time you special summon this turn, draw a card, or your opponent does, excuse me, draw a card. So it's basically free resources, and if it resolves, you pretty much win the game guaranteed. Mulcharmy is a attempt at rebalancing that. It's still exceptionally powerful. It just reads, each time your opponent normal or special summons a monster from the hand. So it's specifically not the extra deck, not the graveyard, not the deck itself. It's a fair bit more balanced, but you do still draw a card each time. And also at the end of the turn, if you have 6 cards, if you have more than 6 cards more than the cards your opponent controls total, so like let's say they have 2 and you have 8 in hand, you're good. But if you have 9, it forces you to randomly shuffle a card from your hand back into the deck. So it really is just a tool to draw into more hand traps and more interaction to try to stop your opponent from playing the game, and then get to your turn and hopefully have kept some extra cards to play with. So it looks beautiful. I'm super excited to play it. I think people are really stuck in the mindset that this is only a side deck card. At a minimum, this is like Upstart Goblin for every single deck in every single matchup. Sometimes it's way better than that. So I think it's fantastic, and I could not be happier to see it here today. That's a fantastic pull. So let's keep on moving along here. Pack number 3. Oh, we got our secret out of the way. Can move nice and quick. Drytron Meteonis DA Draconids. I'm not gonna lie, Drytron was one of those decks that I absolutely hated more than pretty much anything in this card game. And the fact that it wasn't, what it did is it basically just put up infinite negates. We got Gimmick Puppet Fantastic Machinex. This is from the TV show. It's actually one of the TV show characters. Drytron just did this thing where it was really unfun and put up a board that was literally infinite negates and said like, okay, either A, you had droll, or B, I bricked, and if neither of those things happen, I automatically win the game. So it just wasn't really fun. Tales of the White Forest, however, is very fun. We need 3 of these because that's the Searcher for the White Forest cards, and that is a fantastic, that's probably the best ultra rare in the set, I would say. So this is the right side may have blessed us with a QCR. The left side is coming in swinging with the regular pulls. We got Fiendsmith in Paradise. This card people aren't playing. It lets you send all cards on the field to the graveyard that are not a monster you target. A light fiend, level 7 or higher light fiend you control that you target with it. It is a sending board wipe. It's basically Zeus in a trap card. It's quite strong. The funny thing is there's just better things you can do most of the time. So it's really wild. It's like the Dino problem. They print dinosaur cards that were just insane, and then like you looked at the second worst Dino card ever printed, and it reads like Destroy 4 and Special Summon 4. It's like, wow. Obliterate Blaze. There's some of the Exodia references here. Of course, we got to have some of those buried around, so I'm sure we'll be seeing lots more of those today. Let's jump into the next one. DPH Gendamore. Magic Colloidal Soul. Man, that's a tongue twister right there. Magic Colloidal Soul. It's an Aqua level 2. You can probably use it to make Totally Awesome. Sprites may want to play it. I don't know. If you're a Sprite player out there, let me know. Maiden, Paralyzing Mushroom, Madolce Queen, Tiara Fraise. I actually really like the art on this one. Really funny that a deck that was notorious for only having high rarity printings when it came out, their new, honestly incredible boss monster that's just like a quick effect shuffle 2 into the deck untargeting, which is insane removal. You only get that in super rare. Very funny that's kind of the place we're at with that deck. Next card, we have Sus! Susurrus of the Sinful Spoils. That, people are just gonna call that Sus. This one is just like a Monster Reborn? I don't know if he plays, is a quick play, and it seems like it has some removal tied to it as well, so I mean, it's interesting. Probably not good. That deck has too much good stuff for you to likely be looking for everything there, but that's okay. Pack number 11, we have Rasilia, Sinister Soul of the White Forest. Speaking of which, this is definitely one of the better ultra rares in the set as well. It appears we got the White Forest. We got the Mulch Army White Forest packs on the left side here. So let's go ahead and wrap things up for our first box. It's pack number 12. We just have a CXYZ, XYZ, I don't know why I turned French there briefly, Gimmick Puppet Fanatics Machinex. That's the Chaos version of the one we saw already. So, super awesome. If this is what we can look forward to in the first box, I mean, I'm ecstatic. Let's go ahead and jump into box number 2. Over to box number 2, let's go ahead and blaze through this. We've seen some of the really exciting stuff here. Quarter century rare to kick things off. Mulch Army, Perulia. This set is just incredible. I'm already happy with what I've seen so far. So let's get into it. 12 packs on the right side. Box number 2, we got Mimighoul Maker. Absolutely phenomenal card for Mimighouls. It's basically a special summon 2 from deck if you really kind of squint your eyes, which is incredible. Pack number 2, Fiendsmith Engraver. This is who we want to see today. We want to be seeing a lot of this guy right here because we need 3 of them. And this card is phenomenal. Coming soon to your locals and your your YCS and your WCS and your International Championship Series and your OCG and your TCG. It's going to be everywhere. Oh, that's so Fiendsmith Engraver, obviously the only main deck monster for the Fiendsmith archetype. Basically a 1 card that lets you set up anything from 3 monster negates to a 2 field Omni negates, so just on face-up cards, to a extension into honestly any engine in the game. Fire is the big one because it combos with Snake Eyes right now. It just does everything. It's absolutely bannable, but that's what we're here for. And hey, speaking of people, finally someone we recognize, Tenpai Dragon Genroku. It is ultra rare, so I will say, just a quick off-the-cuff comparison there. I actually really like the way QCR looks on this. It looks very nice with the gold. But really happy to have that. I mean, it's a great card. We know Tenpai's a good archetype, so we will take it. But the thing we're here for right now, the most important one is, of course, the Fiendsmith. So happy to have him on board. Let's get the next pack. There's the Soul Exchange, spell card, Soul Exchange. You may have noticed I did a little zoom in here just because I noticed we were a bit far out, and it's a good thing we did because we were going to get into some pretty cool stuff. Susurrus of the Sinful Spoils. SSS, maybe? Sus SS? There's Sus. There's a lot of good ways to abbreviate that card. Next pack, Heretical Phobos Kovos. This card's really weird. On to the next pack. Oh, there's Tiara Phrase. We are going to be seeing a lot of supers here today, and we'll. I'm looking forward to the master set for this one because this is a master set that we have to complete. So let's see where that goes. Kuebiku. Oh, the Mansion of Dreadful Dolls. I forgot the stuff that they gave Gimmick Puppets is not okay. Make sure you got your Bestials on hand because you'll want to be banishing stuff this format. Oh, and our final ultra rare for the right side is Silvera, Wolf Tamer of the White Forest. Gotta say, the White Forest cards are absolutely gorgeous, and this is, in my opinion, the best one. I love, not for play, just for art. This one looks gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful card. So happy to see that. let's quickly get through our last pack on the right side. Pack number 12 is Mimigul Cerberus. To round things off, well, Fiendsmith Engraver, welcome to the party. Happy to have both you and Mulcharmy 2 boxes in. So let's keep on trucking and see what's on the left side. And on to 12 packs from the left side for box number 2. Let's get in there. Start with the first pack. Gimmick Puppet Fantastics Macanex. Yeah, it's gotta be. Some of the cards in this set are actually just genuinely really hard to pronounce. They went kind of crazy with the random name generator on this one. Pack number 2, we have Fiendsmith Requiem and Engraver in 1 box. That's incredible. What a box. Wowzers. That's a great start. Holy, I ain't even gonna mess around. I'm gonna put that one to sleep right away. Yeah, that's a pretty big deal. That's great. That's really, really great. I have no words. Let's just keep on trucking ahead here. Pack number 3. It is interesting. I will say they did do a good job of making this card look amazing, also be a cool show reference, and also be very strong. Like the fan service is absolutely there. I'm just distracted with something else right now. On the next pack, pack number 4. We have a Mimigul Dragon. Finally, another Mimigul card. This one is actually okay, although it's very much it's almost like a board breaker style one because it's a full board wipe for your opponent. Oh, I think I know what our ultra rare is going to be here. It is finally, I was wondering when we were going to see this guy, the unstoppable Exodia Incarnate. You know, we had to have that one here. We had to do it to him. This is, of course, the flagship card, the card art, the card box art card. The new big boss monster for Exodia, because Exodia needed a boss monster. You didn't need to win the game, you just needed to have a stronger monster. Indestructible, Omni Negate, like what kind of, it's an amazing card. It's just really funny that they made Exodia into an actual like deck instead of just, you know, draw 5 pieces and win. So really cool to see that. I mean, of course, we have to have the flagship card here, so let's keep jumping ahead. Ragnarika Wicked Butterfly. I didn't know there was another main deck Ragnarika in this set. Interesting. Hoping to not see too much of that deck around. I'm glad it fell relatively under the radar because I think their Link 3 randomly is like the hardest counter to Vanquish Soul in the entire game. It stops you from summoning from the hand, which is not cool. Mimigul Room, however, is very cool. This is the trap card. It's almost like Eldlixir of Scarlet Sanguine. It lets you special summon a Mimigul from the deck, and I think you can give it to your opponent in face down position, so you can basically get all of your shenanigans started right away. On the next pack, we have Varar. On to the next one. Got the Sleepy. We got the Magicaloidal Soul. You know, that one came out a little bit better. I still think I'm mispronouncing that one. It's got one too many syllables over what you would normally say. Next pack, we have Fiendsmith in Paradise, the apparently underpowered Zeus board wipe. Pack number 11. We have Shield of the Millennium Destiny. This is one of the Millennium Millennium Monster support cards. Definitely, I mean, I think all of these are searchers for the deck, so they're, as much as the deck is certainly not, you know, a competitive strategy, they do have a weirdly high amount of consistency. So honestly, I look at those cards and I say, you know what? Good for you guys. I'm glad they gave you something to mess around with. Last pack, pack number 12, Centurion Atri. Very good card for the Centurion deck. Finally gave them another tuner, and they needed it badly. So great second box. I have absolutely no complaints here. Let's go ahead and jump into box number 3. On to box number 3. Let's go ahead and jump in here. I am ecstatic on our luck so far. This is, I see one Molcharmi Perulia, one Fiendsmith Engraver, one Fiendsmith Requiem. I say that's a pretty good start. But let's get into box number 3, starting as always with 12 packs on the right side. Let's jump into it. Pack number 1, we have another Centurion Atri, right where we left off from the last box. Let's see what we can get for pack number 2, and if we're on the right pace and the right sizing, we should see something cool here. It's a second Molcharmi Perulia. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good about this so far. We're hitting some good rolls on this. So let's keep that momentum. Let's keep that excitement going. We need 3 of you. We are going to be playing that. We have the Beware of the White Forest for super in the next pack. Molcharmi Perulia is... I can't believe that instead of a rotting Maxi, they thought, hey, let's just break it up into an archetype, and surely that'll make it better. I'm telling you, this card is better than everyone is giving it credit for. Speaking of things that are better than people are giving them credit for, Mimighoul Master. This is the boss monster of the Mimighoul archetype. Really cool normal summon. It's a Stratos for any Mimighoul card. Is it card or monster? Oh, it's the monster, sorry. But that's still very good because one of them hand loops your opponent for 1. It's 3,000 attack when you have the field spell on the field, and it's with the field spell and this is actually a really annoying lock for your opponent to get out of because they can't normal summon, and this guy can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, and they can't attack with special summon monsters, so they're really being forced to flip up their Mimighouls. So really cool. I love the card art on these. I think they're super neat, and I think for a world premiere archetype, they are shockingly playable compared to some things we've seen in the past. So really happy for that. Another Fiendsmith Desiree. Nothing too crazy there. Jump into the next pack. We have Rougedaw Kuibiko. For Gearsu. A lot of great commons in this set as well. If you're just looking for stuff to update and improve your current deck, honestly, there's just some good things in this in general. I think that's our 3rd Mimighoul Cerberus. Happy to pair that with the Master. Probably going to see quite a bit of the Master here today. I hope so, because I also want to mess around with Mimighouls as well. On the next pack, we have another Varar. I think that's our playset of that, too. All good to go there. To pack number 11 from the right side for box number 3, and we have Tales of the White Forest. Another, is that like the same? Didn't I get that in the very first? Hold on a minute. Yeah, that was, huh. I mean, I'm not complaining. The Searcher for White Forest and a Molcharmi Perulia, that's awesome. That's a phenomenal start. So let's keep on going. Ooh, this one did not want to. Ooh, careful. This one had to peel that one like a banana. Geez, that one had a little too much glue on it. Last pack on the right side, we got a Tectulika Creation King. This is a phenomenal box number 3 start. Let's go ahead and jump on over to the left side. Over to the left side, another 12 packs for box number 3. Let's get into it. Kicking things off, we have a spell card, Monster Reborn. On to the next pack. Pack number 2. If we're on trend, we should see something kind of exciting here. It is Fiendsmith's Tract. You're kidding me. This is... Ooh, we are getting some good boxes here today. We do need this. You don't need to play 3 of this one. I know some people, I think, are, because now we can full combo with it, but this is absolutely behind Engraver. This is this is a very good one. Pack number 3, we got DA Draconids again. These are phenomenal. I'm borderline speechless. So let's keep that momentum going. We got another Fantasix. It's not Fantastics. It's Fantasix Machinax, or Machinax. Fantasix Machinax. someone will have a pronunciation guide for those. Emblem of Salvation. I don't actually know if you play this card, by the way, in Emblem. Oh, we got another Light and Darkness Dragon Lord ultra rare for our first ultra rare on the left side here. Again, very nice. Love the retrain, love the card art, love the original card. So very cool one there. On to the next pack. Fiendsmith Sanct, Fiendsmith in Paradise. Next one, we have Obliterate Blaze. I love how some of the super rares randomly have like really dark borders for no reason. It's almost like they left the printer on a little too long for it. It's very funny. Next pack, we have that card, which I have tried to pronounce 3 times now, and I will be relenting on. You will not be getting another pronunciation out of me for that. It was funny, when I first read it, I was so confident, and now all my confidence is just out the window. It's just not, it's not computing between the brain to mouth passageway. Pack number 10, we have Sus of the Sinful Spoils. Pack number 11. Everything's on track. This should be our last ultra rare for box 3, and it is. We got another Silvera, Wolf Tamer of the White Forest. Looking to have a full playset of that for sure, and a full playset of all the White Woods, or White Forest, pardon me. Don't want to misname them here. The White Forest cards, because they are also very good, and they are absolutely playable for sure. Last pack, pack number 12 for box number 3, we got a Fantasix Mechanics, and that's going to round things off for box number 3. No complaints here. Let's keep on trucking over to box number 4. On to box number 4. Let's go ahead and dive in, and I could not be feeling better about this opening today so far. So I think it's, I don't know, I mean, just by the math, surely there couldn't be anything else crazy in this at this point. Surely. But let's go ahead, as always, 12 packs on the right side for box number 4. Let's go ahead and dive in. That one went right open, no problems at all. We have first pack, Mimigul Cerberus, starting things off. On to the next one. See if we have anything exciting here, and we have another Silhouette Rabbit. Okay, excellent. I mean, hey, we don't say no to generic Link 2s. That's very good card. That card, honestly, I think is underrated for how much of an impact it has on lower tier strategies. Because if you get hand trapped and you're not allowed to play, then you just make a rabbit and you still have an opportunity to make an interruption. So I think there's some pretty serious value to be had there. On to the next pack. CXYZ Gimmick Puppet Fanatics Mechanics. Pause. Continue. On to the next pack. We have, for the right side here, Tenpai Dragon Genroku. So right away, we already have a full playset of that card. Very funny with the quarter century secret rare, bringing that up. But I think we're good on Tenpais. We'd rather be playing with Mimigul Dragon, honestly. No, Tenpai, it's a very, normally I'd say it's a very interesting deck. I think that's really the part I dislike about it the most, is that it's really not an interesting deck. It's just an OTK machine that makes probably the weakest board in the last 5 years of the game that any deck has ever made, including like Blue Eyes and Rogue Strategies as its going first play. Like, it's like, it literally says either OTK, either hand trap your opponent to death and OTK them, or lose. And it's just a very binary, very kind of bland deck, in my opinion. It is nice that they kind of took the idea behind going second and really ran with it as far as they could, but I don't know. It's a little it's basically just this generation's version of Grenmaju, right? So on to pack 11, should be running to something nice here, and it's Wedju Temple, and oh, this is for the Millennium cards. Okay, I was gonna say I didn't recognize this, but yeah, I was thinking of there's another card for them that's a spell card that's also a searcher, so they do seem frighteningly consistent, if nothing else. And for our last pack, a Fiendsmith in Paradise. Well, that's everything. Happy to see another Silhouette. Let's go ahead and jump on into the next 12 packs for box number 4. On to the next 12 packs for box number 4. Let's go ahead and jump on in, starting with pack number 1. We have another Atri that rounds out our Atri playset. I don't actually know how many of her you play. I think you only play one, because I don't believe she actually is a play starter by herself, but it's okay. Now, pack number 2. Let's see what we have here. We have Doyle, Queen of the White Forest. Absolutely gorgeous card. Love the White Forest art, and this is definitely one that we want to have. You absolutely play this one. I think this is kind of the main connector, extender, kind of boss, but kind of play enabler card. But it's very important for the strategy. So, and it looks phenomenal. So really happy to have that. Let's keep on moving forward here with pack number 3. And we have Beware the White Forest. Speaking of, so we got 2 of these search cards. We got 1 of the secret rares. Let's keep on moving forward here. On to the next pack. We have Mimighoul Archfiend. Moving ahead. We have Silvera, Wolf Tamer of the White Forest. Absolutely love the way this card looks, and that's our playset of that one. So really happy to have it. Let's go ahead and jump into the next one. I actually didn't realize we were already due for an ultra rare there, so that's pretty awesome. We got Lord of the Missing Barrows. That card, I'm really shocked nobody's spoken about that card. I mean, at the end of the day, it is an ignition effect, but like, it's an ignition effect that's an untargeted, like, banish 3, which is kind of, I don't know, seems pretty strong in my book. Fiendsmith Desiree. On to the next pack. We have Kuibiko. On to the next one. We have Mimighoul Cerberus. The next one, we have Varar Valmonican Concord. I find it funny that she's randomly Valmonican. She's not Valmonica. Really interesting that they decided to shake up the name for that one for some reason. And the pack number 11 for box number 4 on the left side should be an ultra rare, and it is our full play set of Light and Darkness Dragon Lord complete. So we're good to go on both Silvera and that one as well. Let's just quickly round things off. Box number 4, our final pack is a Tekatalika Creation King. Man, you sure seem to be popping up as the last card. You're just here to say hi and remind me how broken you are. Well, this was a great box. Let's keep on moving on to box number 5. Over to box number 5. Let's go ahead and jump in once again. I will say that last one wasn't quite as bombastic as it has been, but like, come on, you got to take a breath for something for a moment, right? Like we've been kind of going, you know, full speed, top notch. Anyway, let's get into box number 5 here and see what other surprises there are in store. Starting with pack number 1, we've got an Archfiend. I believe that does fully round out our Archfiend playset, so we're good to go there. A couple more of the Kings and maybe some of the field spells, and we'll be ready to play Mimighoul. Let's see what's in pack number 2. And it is a Stellar of the White Forest. This is another secret rare that we're hoping to see a lot of today. This is the main best searcher card and play starter card for White Forest. Looks really cool. I believe these are supposed to be Diabellstar and Diabeles is the other one, who have been, it's like the the prequel to their lore. It's when they were kids and they were doing up to magical mischief in the woods. So they also look really, really nice, and there's Mimigul room to go with our Mimigul Archfiend. Very awesome. So really happy to have that. Hoping to see some more of her as well. Let's keep on trucking through. We have Beware the White Forest. Okay, we've really got we're kind of locked in here. We got the Mimiguls and the White Forest for our packs here so far. Box number 5. We have our first ultra. Okay, that is our full normal playset of Tenpai Dragon Genroku. So we are firmly in the realm of being able to use that beautiful quarter century secret rare as a little bit extra trade value if we need it. And all things considered and depending, we may need it or we might not. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed for that. But let's keep on moving. Dark Magic Mirror Force. Really funny that they keep retraining Mirror Force. At this point, they could write, if your opponent attacks into Mirror Force, they have to like banish their whole hand and field face down. And I'm pretty sure people would still look at it and be like, the card's not good enough. It's really funny how far along in the game we've come with battle traps, but alas. Next we have Centurion Atri again. Now, if you're wondering about that, it's because honestly people just undervalue the battle phase. It is what it is. But anyway, there's Heretical Phobos Kovos. Really fun to say. I don't think it's particularly good or useful, but like, hey, some, you know, people be out here breaking generic cards all the time, so it could be anything, anywhere. Mimigul Maker, happy to have another one of those. We do want a full play set of that, for sure. And on to pack number 11, should be a little bit of a surprise here, and it is Silhouette Trick. This is actually the accompanying trap card that goes with Silhouette Rabbit. It is its own target face-up card your opponent controls up to the number of illusion monsters you control, so it includes itself and the rabbit. Negate their effects till the end of the turn, so it's a double negate, and it's on face-up cards, which is quite strong. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And last pack, Sus of the Sinful Spoils to round things out for the first 12 for box number 5. Let's go ahead and jump on over to the left side. On to the left side for box number 5. Kick things off here, starting with pack number 1. We have a Mimigul Archfiend. We're all good to go on those. I think we're probably going to be all good to go on all the super rares by the end of all of this, so no concerns there. Now let's see what interesting stuff we have in pack number 2 here, and survey says it is Millennium Ankh, our first secret rare of this from the case so far. This is the fusion card that lets you fusion summon Unstoppable Exodia Incarnate by revealing all the 5 pieces from anywhere. Your hand, your deck, your face-up cards on the field. It's just, hey, I am playing Exodia. I now get a huge boss fusion monster. Incredibly funny how that card works. So very, very novel approach to fusion summoning and a really hilarious nod to you know, playing the Exodia cards in your deck. So really, really cool. I don't know, I assume you're supposed to play that deck like a normal deck and still not try to draw Exodia, but like, I don't know. I'm not sure what the goal. The Unstoppable Exodia Incarnate's incredibly strong. I'm pretty sure it can literally hit like 8,000 attack in one turn. So it's not like it's... Oh, and there's the Shield of Millennium Dynasty to go with it. So we have the Millennium pack going here. I don't think it's that weak. Like, it can absolutely OTK if it's got an empty board. It's just, I'm wondering if you're supposed to do anything with the 5 Exodia pieces. Who knows? But on to the next pack, we got another Mimigul Cerberus. Not as many dragons, I'm noticing. I feel like we've only pulled 2 dragons in like 5 boxes so far, which is kind of crazy, but... And speaking of other ones, I think that's only our second Dark Magic Mirror Force as well. So, we'll see. On to the next one. We have Drytron DA Draconids. Next one, man, a lot of packs to go through here. Quite a lot of packs to go through. On to the next one. There's our dragon. He heard me talking about him. Heard me talking smack. And he was like, hey, I'm gonna pop out and destroy your whole board. Don't be talking like that. And I was like, oh, sorry, sir. On the next pack, Lord of the Missing Barrows. On the next one. This is pack number 11. So we have a Disablaster, the Negation Fortress. And this one's really cool. Technically, if you have two of these, you can turn the field into a speed duels field because you put it in the Pendulum Zone and it negates any card effects activated in this card's column. So that's, if you put it in the first column, it's both monster zones and your opponent's spell zone in that line are negated. So you can put one on the left scale, put one on the right scale, and basically reduce the field to 3 monster and spell zones instead of 5. It's just really, really funny concept. I'm pretty sure it's absolutely terrible, but it's kind of funny to be like, we're gonna play a smaller game now. I don't want to play with the full board. Last pack, sus, to round things out. Let's go ahead and jump into our last box for this episode, box number 6. And here we are, our final box for today's episode, box number 6 of the Infinite Forbidden. Let's go ahead and jump right in. I don't want to waste any time. See what excitements could be in store for us here today. Kicking things off with pack number 1. We have spell card Monster Reborn, and pack number 2, hopefully an exciting one, hopefully an interesting one. Survey says we have Fiendsmith Engraver. Yes, that's a phenomenal pull. We need to see even more of you, man. Even more, but I'm happy to have 2. I'm very, very happy to have 2. Let's keep on rolling here. On to pack number 3. You can tell I'm getting giddy over that one. That's a really good one. That's a really, really good one. And on to next pack. Machinics. I think there is a card that's specifically Machin X. I'm pretty sure it has a different spelling than that, but that's okay. Next pack. Oh, finally, there you are. The Mimighoul Dungeon, the field spell for Mimighouls. This is the one that's the Floodgate, a Searcher. It buffs all your monsters. It's honestly quite a standard for a strong field spell, and really happy to see that in a first wave launch of a world exclusive archetype for the TCG. That's we want to see cards that do stuff like that. We like seeing good cards in our new archetypes that are exclusive to North America. Why would you do that? Why would you not print those ones? So really, really happy for that, and it's just looks cool. I love the way the deck plays. I think it'll be incredibly neat to mess around with for sure. On to the next one here. We have you. Next one here. I think we're on to pack number 9. Tiara Phrase. Really happy to have all those. That's definitely the play set of that completed. And I have a friend who really likes Madolche and is very happy that that card exists. Sus. On to pack number 11. Should be a goodie in here for us, and it is Shield of the Millennium Dynasty. So we rounded out our play set of the Shield at this point as well. Still only the 1 dungeon. Really interesting how the ultra rares are distributed in this one. Anything cool in the final pack for the right side? Just another CXYZ Gimmick Puppet Fanatics Machin X. Well, this is already an insane final box for today's episode. Let's go ahead and jump on over to the left side and see what we end off with. And what a journey for today's experience this has been. Let's go ahead and get into our final 12 packs for our first episode of the Infinite Forbidden, starting with pack number 1. Got the Mimighoul Archfiend. Pack number 2, anything exciting here? Probably nothing that exciting since we've already gotten the Fiendsmith Engraver, but let's take a look and see. And it is actually pretty interesting. Dominus Purge as well. So this is the new hand trap. It's a trap equivalent to Ash Blossom that you use like Infinite Impermanence. So it's a trap you can activate from your hand as long as you have no cards, so just like Imperm, but it stops card effects that include effects that add cards from deck to hand. So it is like Ash Blossom. It does lock you out of exactly dark, water, and fire, but if you're playing an earth, a light, or a wind deck, you really want to consider playing this card. This card is very strong, and honestly kind of surprised that that's the first one we're seeing of it today. So, but I'm not complaining. Engraver and Dominus Purge in one box, like, that's incredible. On the next pack, we got a Mimigul Room. Definitely got the playset of that. I'm sure, I'm hoping we'll see more of the field spell for it as well, as we're moving ahead, because I think as a rogue strategy, honestly, it may even be better than rogue. It just depends on what cards it can play. Oh, there's our second unstoppable Exodia Incarnate. Of course, where would we be without another one of you? We have to. I'm quite certain we'll be seeing a couple more of you as well as we continue through the rest of our boxes here. Really awesome box to start with, and an awesome one to round things off with today. But we'll keep on trucking through. I don't imagine there'll be too much more in the way of surprises here. We have Exod, Fires of Rage. It heard me talking about Exodia, so had to give me a little more Exodia support here. On to the next one. We have Centurion Atri. To the next, we have Heretical Phobos Kobos, and I know for a fact that's our playset of that completed because I have to say it in a funny way every time I see it, and I remember how many times I've done that. On the next pack, that's our playset of Mimigul Maker as well. Absolutely mandatory playset of that card. It's honestly crazy that they printed a card that reads like that, but here we are. Pack number 11, probably our last surprise for today, is another Dark Magician, the Magician of Black Magic to round things off. We got the Yugi Exodia special for box number 6 today, and our very last pack, rounding things off, is going to be just a little sus for us. So this is a phenomenal start to the unboxing. I will catch you all in the next episode where we round things off and take a look at that master set, which I have a funny, I'm thinking it's gonna be looking pretty good the way things are going here today. So thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and hit that notification bell for more awesome content like this, and I will see you in the next episode of The Infinite Forbidden. Bye-bye!